Hey guys, this is what my digital planner looked like for the week of October 8th through October 14th, 2018. If you want to see how I got all of this filled in Procreate, stay tuned. So first I bring in my weekly calendar into Procreate, and then I use a stamp from Creative Market. It's a shop called Positively Present that sells these stamps, so I'll link to her shop in the video description. And then I overlay those stamps in a watercolor texture that I created in Adobe Sketch, and then I write the numbers for each day of the week in those stamps. And it's the 8th through the 14th this week, so I'm just writing that in now. And then I size those down a little bit and then place them in the box that they need to go in for the week. So I'm placing them now, and I actually forget that I do this later on because, I work on my planner a little bit every day. So at the end of the week, I just, for some reason, overlook this and end up numbering my calendar again. So that's why my calendar was numbered twice this week, once in the box and once on top of the box. So then I decide to write down my mood for every day of the week this week. This is something I'm just playing around with. I'm trying it out. So I just write the word mood and then duplicate that 6 times so I have one for each box. And so I'm still duplicating that. And then I start filling in Monday. So on Monday, I was feeling a little bit anxious. So that was my overall mood for Monday, unfortunately. So I wrote down anxious for my mood that day. And then I wrote down that I uploaded my Plan With Me video on Monday. And I used one of my notebook stickers from my Etsy shop to write that down. So then I bring in a picture of Maddox from that day. That's him in the playroom wearing a mask, and he was just being really cute. So I use that to fill in the empty space for Monday. So then I bring in another one of those stamps from Positively Present, and I change the color to pink. And I love this stamp. I love how it looks like a hand-drawn Post-it note. It's just so cute to me. And then I write down that Ella has a doctor's appointment. And I accidentally put it on the same layer as the picture of Maddox, so I had to erase it and duplicate it. But I got all of that figured out, and I continue to write down her doctor's appointment, and I fill that in for Friday. So then I bring in another stamp from Positively Present, and I write down that I need to brainstorm on Tuesday. And I need to brainstorm blog post ideas and videos. I had some technical difficulties with Procreate right here, but eventually I got it figured out. I had to restart my iPad. And I got all of that sorted, and then I wrote down that I was feeling tired on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, I was feeling happy, so I just went ahead and wrote that down and then moved back to Tuesday because I just didn't have a lot to fill in for Tuesday. So I bring in this meme that is just so relevant to my life that I had texted my husband on Tuesday, and then I bring in a cover of one of my daily planners, and I write down that that's what I worked on most of the day for Tuesday. So those are really cool planners. I'll link to the video walkthrough in the video description if you're interested in that. So then I move back to Wednesday, and I bring in a picture of Ella. She's sound asleep. She took the best nap that day. It was amazing. So I edited it a little bit to brighten it up in Color Story and then brought that in for Wednesday. So also on Wednesday, I released the daily planner. I released it in the first 2 color schemes, but now it's out in 10 color schemes. So like I was saying, I'll link to that if that's something you're interested in. But here's just where I'm writing it down so I can place that under Wednesday. So then I size that down and move that under Wednesday, and then I use a stamp to create a little background pattern to fill in the empty space underneath, and I just write down that it was a great day on Wednesday because it was. So on Thursday, I write down that I was feeling happy again. And then I bring in a picture of Maddox, and he was just being really goofy that day, so I love that picture of him. And then I use one of my planner sticker stamps, and I write down that I uploaded a tutorial on how to add custom colors in Procreate and GoodNotes. And I'll link to that tutorial in the video description if you're interested in that. So then I draw in some hearts to fill in the empty space, and then use another stamp to fill in the empty space underneath that planner sticker. So on Friday, again, I had a great day and my main mood was happy, so I wrote that down. And then I also write down that we got cake pops that day. It was my son's first time having a cake pop, and he loved it. And then I also had to get a new phone on Friday because my son shattered the screen on my old phone, and it was time for an upgrade anyway. So on Saturday, I just had some mixed emotions going on. You know, it wasn't bad or anything, just I couldn't pick a dominant mood. And then I imported a picture of Sunny, James, and Maddox, and I wrote underneath that we miss Sunny because he had been with us for 3 straight months and he went back to his mom's house on Saturday. So we know he's happy to be back with his mom, but we miss him. So anyway, then I imported a picture of Ella and she was eating puffs that day and it looked like she had these little buck teeth. It was hysterical. I'm going to put a video of it at the end of this Plan With Me video, but that's a picture from it. And then I just wrote the word puff teeth over the top of the image. So then I write down the year and I place that underneath my planner boxes. And then I move on to Sunday. On Sunday, I was feeling really tired because I've decided to cut back on caffeine because I drink a lot of coffee every day. So, you know, it's just going to be a process, but I was just feeling exhausted and had a little bit of a headache from cutting back on so much coffee. And so I wrote down that was day one of cutting back on coffee. And then I brought in another Positively Present stamp and I write down that I ordered a sublimation printer. I'm so excited about this, guys. It's going to like change so many things for my Etsy shop and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So then I also write down that I need to film tutorials on Sunday. And I ended up only filming one, but at least I got one done. So, you know how I said I numbered my weekly spread twice? Well, this is where I number it for the second time because for some reason I overlooked where I had numbered it a few days ago. And so I resize all of that and then I bring in another Positively Present stamp and I fill it in with light pink. And I just write down that I'm still seeking inspiration because I've had the hardest time coming up with things to write about on my blog. I have a ton of things planned for when my office is completely set up, but we had to postpone that for a few months. So anyway, I've got tons of things planned for them, but just nothing planned in the meantime. So I wrote that down, and then I also wrote down that I need to focus. And then I brought my image back into GoodNotes for the week. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more digital plan with me videos and digital planning tutorials. And check out my website, naptimealt.com, where there's tons of planner-related freebies that you can download now.